All right, are we live? Are we up and running? Let me know if you can hear me, guys. Make sure everything is working because I had a few issues with my microphone the other day. So let's see. Stream is running. So yeah, fingers crossed you can all hear me. I remembered my hat tonight too. So let's make sure you're all here. Make sure everything is working well. Alrighty. Please check the video resolution. Loud and clear. Thank you very much. Excellent. Alright. So, yeah. How's it going, everyone? I hope you're all well. I hope everyone's okay. We're all getting closer and closer to coming out of all these lockdown measures and things, which is great news for everyone. I'm hoping to get some car shows this year if everything works out. I've had to change some settings on my camera, so I hope this is all okay and it's not too weird and fuzzy. Good stuff. Thank you very much, Johnny. Right, so yeah, if you haven't already seen it, I had a new video go up today showing off the new car, which was exciting for me. I love changing my cars. I can't help myself. I love being able to change a car and experience something new, try something different, or maybe just try something which is maybe an upgrade to what I've already had. And that's exactly what the situation is with regards to the new car, the Fiesta Zetec S. I've already had a Fiesta before. That was a petrol Fiesta, and it's pretty poor for fuel economy. I don't know why they're so bad. I had the 1.4. Now, my girlfriend Natalie has the 1.25 petrol Zetec. No, it's not even a Zetec. She's got, it's like an Edge. It's like one of the most basic models. But it's not that much better on fuel economy. In fact, sometimes it's worse. It depends where you're driving. How's it going, Rab? So yeah, it's interesting. The new diesel Zetec S is very efficient. Oh, I say very efficient compared to the Fiestas and so on. I'll wait and see how efficient it is compared to the Rio, because the Rio was pretty good actually for fuel economy. It was really good. So I'm hoping to get as good as that, if not better. It's interesting because, as I mentioned in the video, it's a smaller engine. No, it's a larger engine, but it has less power, less horsepower. Although, interestingly enough, the way the power is delivered is completely different, and the way the power is measured is also quite different. It's quite interesting because the way that they measure them depends on whether they measure them at the flywheel, so basically engine horsepower, or wheel horsepower. Because as soon as it goes through your gearbox and your drive shafts and everything and finally gets to the wheels, you've got a lot less power going to the wheels than you actually have that's being developed by the engine. So with that in mind, I looked up a couple of power graphs from the two different cars. I had a look at what the Rio was measured at. Now the Rio had a 1.5 turbo diesel, and they said it had 109 horsepower. But that horsepower is measured at the engine. So what you get at the wheels is less. Now Ford measure the horsepower to be at the wheels. They tell you that you're getting the power. What you're experiencing is the power is like 92, something like that, 90, 92. So realistically, the Rio was getting about 96 or so horsepower to the wheels. So with that in mind, there's not actually a huge difference in the usable horsepower of the cars. But it's just interesting the way that they word them, you know, because I thought to myself, going from 109 horsepower to like 90, 92 horsepower, that's a drastic drop. I'm going to feel that. And realistically, it's not actually that different. Tony, Fed Like Loon, nice new motor, great colour, thank you. Yeah, I love that color. I was messaging someone earlier today who said that the color of the car, the choice I had to make, I said to him, I had to pick something which looked good for the channel, because there are so many colors that just would not work well with the channel. I said I didn't want a black car again. As much as black is really good at showing stuff up, it's also really good at making it difficult to see things like contamination, you know, fallout and tar and things like that. So there's a lot you don't see, and obviously black cars look filthy as soon as you've driven them 5 yards down the road once they're clean. So it's a real nightmare. So I didn't want another black car. I wanted something that was a bit more colourful, but still also showed off some shining gloss. And I love that colour. I do believe that's called sea grey. And my ex-wife used to have a Ford Fusion, and it was sea grey. It was a lovely colour. Really like that colour, so I'm really happy with it. Ecotec petrol, smaller engine, bigger turbo, good for 40,000 miles. Is that all? 40,000 miles? That's 2 years of motoring for me. That's 2 years of driving is 40,000 miles. I heard issues with the Ecotec. Ecotec is Vauxhall, isn't it? I heard issues with the Fiesta EcoBoosts. I messaged my mate about it. I said, what about an EcoBoost? He said, oh, do you mean the EcoBoom? I said, oh, is it that bad? You know, apparently there are issues with that. So there we go. Rab, can't wait to see it all polished up. Me too, Rab, to be perfectly honest. Me too, mate. I'm really looking forward to seeing how nice and shiny and glossy we can get it. I'm not going for perfection. I'm really not going for perfection. I didn't try and go with perfection with any car, because if it's perfect, what more can I do to it? So I'm looking for an improvement, but not perfection. I don't want a car that has nothing for me to work on. I want a car that, you know, maybe there'll be a couple of panels on the car where they will look good, a couple of panels that will look really nice, and a couple of panels where I can show off filling effects of, you know, the swirls and scratches. So I may leave a few bits here and there, because, you know, getting it too clean and too perfect can actually be detrimental as far as the channel is concerned. If I wasn't interested in car care, if I wanted the car perfect, I would just take it to a detailer, you know, Alan AM Details or someone like that nearby. Go up there and say, I want a full correction and protection. Get everything 2-stage polish, 3-stage polish, get the paint as perfect as you can get it, then throw on a good ceramic coating on there with a maintenance package. You know, but I don't want that. That's not for me personally. That could be for someone else, but it's not for me. First from Puerto Rico, congratulations on the new car. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. You should try Vauxhall Persian Blue. 1 mile later, it's like being through a building site. I've got a thing against Vauxhalls. I'm sorry. I just I've never liked Vauxhalls, to be perfectly honest. Vauxhalls, I don't know. I used to like them. I used to want a Nova. That's the kind of age of Vauxhall I would be happy with. A modern one, no. But I used to want an old Nova, like a GSI or something like that. I even love the old SRs. I love the old last generation Cavaliers. A friend of mine had a Cavalier Turbo. I knew a bunch of guys with SRIs and GSIs. They were cool. I really liked those. I had another friend who had a Calibra Turbo. Loved the Calibras. They were amazing. So they were really, really interesting. But modern Vauxhalls, I've just never been a fan of. I really haven't. It's just, I'm a Ford man. I think it has to be said. Interestingly enough, though, this is only my third Ford. My first Ford was a 95 Mondeo. That's how far back we're going. A 1995 Ford Mondeo 1.8 Z-Tech. It was my second ever car. I bought it for 800 quid. I loved it. It was perfect. It was fantastic. And then I didn't have a Ford again for years until I got the Fiesta a few years back. Got rid of it. Got the Rio. Eventually got rid of the Rio 2 years later, and I'm back to a Fiesta again. And I love the Fiesta. It's a really good car to drive. It's very, very engaging and good to feel, good to handle. It's a driver's car, it really is. Vampire Echidna, good evening. I'm sorry we're no longer part of the same club, the Rio Club. Sorry about that, but it had to happen eventually. Rab says, boo. You'd always have Vauxhall Man, are you? My mother had a Vauxhall Nova. It was dreadful. Now you see, everyone's got different experiences with them. You know, I said there were guys that I used to hang about with had Novas and they loved them, and I knew guys that had one and kind of walked away saying never again. So everyone's got different experiences. My grandfather had a 1970 Nova. But are you talking about a Chevy Nova? Because the Nova was not just a car made by Chevy, it was also a car made by Vauxhall here in the UK and Europe. So it was a Vauxhall Corsa, very different to Vauxhall Nova, very different to a Chevy Nova. What's this? Boost. Oh, right. Okay. EcoBoost. So you were talking about EcoBoost, not Ecotech. Okay. Yeah. You confused yourself. Yeah. Like I said, I'd heard issues with the 1 litre EcoBoosts. Apparently they needed a complete rebuild after like 100,000 miles or something. And I wondered why they were going so cheap. So there you go. That's why. Anyway, I'm definitely looking forward to getting that Fiesta tidied up. Add a few mods. I'd love to know about mods, what mods people recommend going for. Anybody who's had a Fiesta. I didn't really ask about it when I had the old one, but nowadays I'd like to know what people think are maybe essential things to do. My wife had a Corsa limited edition, the slowest car I'd even call it dangerous. Yeah, the limited editions, I don't know if you can probably get them in a diesel as well, but I see lots of 1.2 limited editions going around, and yeah, they are pretty slow. I say Natalie has a 1.2 Fiesta, and it's not bad. I mean, it goes a bit if you rev it, but it's not a quick car. You could never describe it as a quick car. What's going on? Shut up, I don't care about your updates. Sorry, the computer wants to tell me stuff. Can I just get rid of you? Dismiss you? Thank you. Sorry. Let's see. Last model Cavi 1.8 Expression petrol blue was my car before the Corsa. Okay. Yeah, a friend of mine had a Cavalier and it was I think it was a 2 litre automatic. And I'll always remember this. When he was going to sell the car, he described it. He put a thing in an A4 piece of paper that he'd typed up and printed out on his computer, and he put it in the window, and the description for the car was so funny because one of the things it read was fast, well balanced car, and we were like, this is like a base spec 2 litre petrol automatic Cavalier. And the funniest thing was we took it to Knock Hill racing circuit, sort of kind of Lothian, Edinburgh direction, if you don't know. And we turned up with, there was 3 of us turned up there, and we went down in his Cavalier. I can't remember if we took a second car with us or if it was just the Cavalier. And I had my video camera with me. I had it was actually my dad's video camera. And it was a run what you brung day, so it was anyone could turn up with their car and take it on the track, pay a bit of money, and go and run out on the track. So that's exactly what he did. And loads of people had kind of track spec'd cars or heavily modified cars. So I was standing at the side of the track while my 2 mates were in the Cavalier flying around the track. And I'm filming this as all the cars are going by and everything's making loads of noise. And then the Cavalier was going past and all you could hear was the tires. Shh. I couldn't hear the engine at all. It was just the most muted, slow thing. It looked like a pensioner had lost his way and ended up on a racetrack somehow. It was the funniest thing. And because he'd been throwing it into corners, when he finished the race, or finished the run, the sidewalls, well, the shoulders of his tires had practically all melted because he couldn't handle that thing. It was just the most bizarre looking thing ever. He just looked like he was lost. I was hoping you would join my Rio CRDI owners club. Sorry. I did look at the newer Rios, you know, the redesign, because they're nice looking cars. But it was just the only reason I bought a Fiesta was because one of Natalie's friends, her husband is a mechanic at a local garage, and I asked him, I said, look, you fix cars all day, every day, you MOT them, tell me, what can I buy which is going to be good, reliable, cheap to fix, all that? And he just said, Fiesta. All day, every day, get a Fiesta. You can't go wrong with it. He said the Fiesta diesel engines in those things are great. They're so cheap to get parts for and cheap to fix, easy to fix. Everything is really straightforward. So, yeah, that was his suggestion, and I will take a recommendation from a professional every time. So that's why I went for that instead of the Rio. Plus, Kia parts here in the UK are ridiculously expensive. Hello.
Hello.
They're really expensive. When I needed a new fuel tank for my Rio, it cost me the guts. I think it was about 500 quid for the new tank, because I couldn't get a second hand one, and even new parts were ridiculously expensive because they come from Korea. So that was, yeah, that's why it wasn't happening, I'm afraid. Ahoy, Captain from Wayside Car Valeting. How are you, sir? Different Nova, yes. Thought you were talking about the Chevy Nova. Yeah, I see. That's the thing. You get confused with different cars. You also have Cavaliers, American Cavaliers, don't you? Are they a Chevy or are they a... What's the Cavalier? Is it... Could be a Chevy Cavalier, actually. A Chevy Nova and a Chevy... I think they do have them. Second Corsa 1.4 Ecotec. Nice cars, but engines are... Well, don't want to swear. Okay. Okay. I was interested because when I was reading about the Ford TDCi engine, it's not actually a Ford engine at all. It's a Peugeot Citroën engine. It's a PSA engine. But it was developed with Ford and a few other manufacturers. So this engine is actually used in a multitude of different cars. It's the same engine. It might come in different... Excuse you.
Okay.
It comes in different guises. It comes in different sizes, different power outputs, and so on. But I'm just bringing up Wikipedia now. It's the DV6 engine. I'm looking it up here. Yeah, Ford call it the DLD, but it's a DV6. DLD 416. But it's used by Ford, Volvo, PSA, Mini, and Mazda. So you're going to find this same engine loads of different places. I'd looked up a Mazda 3, which I really like Mazdas. I had a Mazda 2 before, it was great. I looked up the Mazda 3 1.6 diesel. It's the same engine as the Fiesta, so it's really interesting. Let's see, you thought the wife was going to give you the clothing to wash? No. Opel, yes, Chevy Cavalier. Yeah, that's right, we have them as Opel, yeah. So yeah, I knew there was a Chevy Cavalier. See, me and my American car knowledge. So good. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to fixing up the paint and doing a few things to it. Just improving the overall look where I can. Mods, we'll see. I've already got mud flaps. I mean proper Ford mud flaps, not these stupid rally flaps. I've got proper actual mud flaps, which I didn't get around to fitting on the last Fiesta, so they'll go straight onto this if I want to do that. Everyone fits those wind deflector things, the in channel in the door gap. Wind deflectors, everyone fits those to Fiestas, and apparently it's just like a rite of passage. If you buy a Fiesta 3-door or whatever, you have to get those wind deflectors. The trouble I have with those is, from a detailing perspective, whenever you're washing your car, you've got to make sure you get your mitt underneath the overhang of the wind deflector to get in there, and then you've got to make sure you rinse up in there to let that all come out, and then you've got to dry it up in there, otherwise it could be a water trap. That's one of the reasons why I'm not 100% keen on that idea. So we do some DIY. We got a new bed, so
Somebody has to.
oh, meow. Speaking of meow, was the cat there? No, he's gone. I've got a box that used to sit on its side, and the cat tipped it over, and then he sits in it and sleeps in it. DV6 engine, Ford, Volvo, and so on. Yep. My grandfather also had the Chevy C10 1970, which still survives. What? 1970? One of my cousins has it and drives it daily. No way. Manual transmission, but the shift is at the drive. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Column shift manual. Wow. I'd be interested to try that and see how that works. A column shift manual. That would be really interesting. Rob had them but took them off. I hate them now. Okay, interesting. Yeah, that told me Lee. Yeah, you're right. She likes to chip in every now and then. She's the one that offered. She said, while you're doing your live chat, I'll go and put the new bed together. All right. She can't then turn around and say, you're making me do this. Hear that? Yeah.
Anyway.
What's that? I'm better at DIY than you. Yeah, you're right. She's got more experience with the DIY, to be honest. Yeah, that's fair. I got no problem with that. So I'm saying I learned to drive it when I was 12, 1980. No way. You were 12 in 1980? My God, you're older than Paul Dolden. So, what else have I got to do apart from the mods? Oh, I had an issue with power loss, which comes and goes. I've got a feeling it's something to do, well, speaking to someone else, I've got a feeling like I know what I'm talking about engines. I was told it could be the turbo actuator, could be sticking and not giving me power when I want it. So I need to get that looked at some point. Yes, I am. Started as a bed frame, ended as a set of drawers. She can hear all this. No, it's not a bed frame, it's a divan. But she's got to take the old bed frame down. The old one we've got is an IKEA bed frame, and it needs to come apart. It's modular. It needs to be taken apart in pieces, whereas the divan will just it's got a bolt and then there's a hook, and it's that simple. 3 years older but look way younger. Well, it's not hard to look younger than Paul. Oh, last night I had a live chat with Paul. We started out on the stereo app. If you guys haven't seen the stereo app, it's a really cool idea. It's really different if you don't know about it. It's like podcasting, but it's a sort of combination of live and podcast listening back. It's really interesting. You run it on your phone and you can speak straight into it, or you can have a headset, or whatever you want to do, and essentially you make a time and you start talking to each other, and it's like having a phone call almost, but you get a little avatar with your head and its mouth moves when you're speaking, so people know who's talking, which is a really good idea, and they can see that person. They can click on that person and see their bio, see their profile, who they are, what they're about, find out about them, what more they've got, any of your links to your other socials and YouTube and things like that, which is a really cool idea. And also you can submit questions via a voice message. You can literally press and hold a button and speak into it, and then the people listening, the people who are hosting the cast, the stereo cast, can hear that, but also everybody who's listening to it, who's either listening live or listening after, can also hear who it was sent by and what that message is. So it's really, really good. So it gives you some interaction whilst also being able to listen to it later on. So it's a really, really good idea. So we started out with that last night, and that was pretty good. That was just kind of talking about the details of certain things that we wanted to be a bit more serious about. Then we went live on Instagram and then just became a pair of degenerates. It was just nonsense. Paul had been on the wine and the beer, so he was already a little bit loose-lipped. And then Vicky, our good friend Vicky, came on, and so she joined in for a wee bit. And then she disappeared, and then finally it was I'm terrible with remembering people's names. Was it James from Waxing Away? So it was really good. It was a long one, but it was really, really good fun. We had a great laugh. We had a really great laugh. So we enjoyed that, and there will be more stuff like that in the future. So if you want to hear more about these things, about the chats that we have, go and check us out on Stereo. Follow us both, and you'll hear whatever we're talking about whenever we go live. And if you're not available to listen to it live, you go and listen to it afterwards. You can listen back. It's a really good idea. Hello Adam and Stephen, how's it going? You've been busy enjoying the new car? Yes, definitely. We've been talking about this already. I am really enjoying it. It's good fun to drive, much better fun than the Rio. Sorry. Surprised Paul knows how to work that. You know what, I signed up to it. It was my friend Vicky Savicki. She signed up first, and she messaged me and she said, you should get onto this. At the very least, get on there and get your username registered, just in case it becomes the next big thing. It could well be. And I was like, yeah, okay, fine. So I did it, and then I left it because I thought I've got no need to use it right now. But then Paul messaged me a while later and said, hey, have you seen this Stereo app? It's a really good app. And I said, oh yeah, I've signed up to it, but I haven't used it. He says, well, come on, let's try it. So that's exactly what we did. While I was at work, while I had some free time, I had my headset in, I was sat on my minibus, and we had a chat. We had our first chat on there, and it was really good. And it was good to talk about topics which are kind of happening now, as opposed to things that you could talk about anytime, anywhere else, like a podcast or something. It's much more current, and that's why we like it. It can get information out about things that we want to talk about now, which need to get out there now, as opposed to things that we can just talk about, topics, for another time. Forgot to ask, did you check out the Facebook page, the Car Boutique? I was actually, no, I forgot. I apologize, Rob. I'm so sorry. I have a terrible memory. I'm really rubbish. I know you sent me the message and everything. I never got around to it. I apologize. So Vicky showed her yellow car yesterday on Instagram. Yes, she did. Yeah. Well, that car is her husband's car. She used to have a Civic herself, and she got rid of it. But at the time when she set up her channel, she had a Civic. So Civic Vicky. So that's her husband's Civic Jordan, and there were only there's only a limited number. Isn't there only like 500 of those or something? I would love one. I used to love those Civics. A friend of mine had the generation before, the EG, and it was the 1.6 VTI. And now at the time, cars, hot hatchbacks at the time, things like Citroen Saxo VTSs, Peugeot 106 GTIs, they had a 1.6 litre engine and developed something like 120 horsepower. And the Civic had a 1.6 litre engine, they developed 160. Which was way more power than any other kind of naturally aspirated for a hot hatch at the time, and yet it wasn't even that hot a hatch. Didn't look all that amazing. But the power that came out of that engine was amazing. The only thing was you had to rev it off the clock practically to get the the power out of them. But it kind of lived for that, VTEC kicked in, and that's exactly what it was. My friend, he used to drive it, and it would hit the limiter at 8,500 revs. It would bounce off there, maybe a bit higher than that, nearly 9,000 revs. It would scream, and it sound fantastic. And when we stuck an induction kit on it, we got a K&N induction kit. I helped him install that, and the whole car changed again. Then we went and got a stainless steel exhaust fitted to it, and it changed again. And that thing just destroyed so many other cars. And yet it looked relatively unassuming. I just absolutely loved that car. And then he did the worst thing ever. He sold it and got an Audi A3. So that was a failure. I like the new ones. Natalie likes the new ones. I think they look like a spaceship. They just look a bit bonkers, to be honest. Even the standard ones look really bonkers. They're a bit wild. Maybe I'm getting too old now. Got a DC2 Integra. I love the 90s Hondas. DC2. That's a that's a hell of a car. That is a hell of a car. I knew a guy in Aberdeen used to have one, and he just used to tear up the beach boulevard with it all the time, and he knew that it sounded good, and he knew that people would stare, and yeah, it was kind of almost famous in Aberdeen. Everyone knew that car. Everyone knew the owner. There's one like it in Puerto Rico. Saw it yesterday. My oldest son. I was looking like new. Oh, see, that's what I love to see. Things like that. I've got an EP3. The more revs, the better. See, that's things like that would be incredible. I did look years ago at an EK Type R. They were pretty impressive, to be honest. Again, same idea. 2-liter engine, 200 horsepower, 100 horsepower per liter. Back in the day, that was just unheard of. Nowadays they're able to extract a lot, thanks to turbos. We're seeing, back then there used to be turbos, and then turbos were bad because of the whole petrol crisis, so they got rid of turbos, and now turbos are back. So yeah, it's interesting. What's up with Audis? What's not wrong with Audis? Audis turn you into a horrible driver. Because every idiot driver I see on the road drives an Audi. Well, maybe not every, but damn near. I just can't get on with Audis. I'm sorry. I did drive an Audi years ago. It was an A6. Don't ask me the generation of it. It was an A6. It was a 2.5-liter V6 turbo diesel, and it was butter smooth, and it was an absolute pleasure to drive. And I drove it for a few hundred miles around the northeast of Scotland, making some deliveries, and it was a joy. But I can't. That was the only Audi I think I've ever liked. I've never liked another Audi since. I just can't get on. It's a personal preference thing. Just like I don't like Vauxhalls, I don't like Audis. So how do I get some specky stickers? Do you know what? I used to have stickers, and I gave a bunch away. Basically, there was a deal came up with one of these companies where they were offering a sort of deal where you could buy 10 stickers for like £1. It was like a one-off chance. You only get one chance to buy these 10 stickers. So I placed an order and I got 11. I only wanted one for myself, so it's in the garage. So I sent a few out to some friends. So Paul Dolden's got one. If you look in his videos, sometimes you'll see one of my channel stickers on his shelving units behind him. Martin at the Obsessive Car Detailer channel, he's got one on his cabinets behind him. You might spot it from time to time. So I sent it out to a few people, and then I did like a sort of mini giveaway just for fun. People asked, I said, you just put in your name into this thing, and I'll put it into a randomizer, and someone will get a sticker. So I sent them out. It was towards Christmas time, 2 years ago. No, what? Yeah, it must be 2 years ago. I think it was our first Christmas here. So not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before. And so I sent them out with some Christmas cards and delivered some, basically gave people some of my stickers. But I never got any others made up because I didn't think anybody was really interested. I guess I should ask if people want stickers. I mean, technically speaking, that's a lie. Technically, you can get them on Teespring, I think. Now I'm questioning myself. Let me go into Teespring. I have a Teespring store. On Teespring, obviously. I need to have a look at my listings because I do have stickers on there, but they're not cheap. That's the drawback with them. That's just t-shirts. Order samples. Here we go. What do I have available? Yeah, I do have stickers. I have no idea how much they actually sell for on Teespring. Here we go. Die cut sticker, £5.80 plus postage from Teespring. That's the lowest I can take it. That's like, I can't make it any lower. I'm basically making no money on these. So it's £5.80. It's not the best price in the world. I was looking at the possibility of getting some stickers made up from one of these other companies, maybe get like 100 or 200 made up. And then if people want them, they can PayPal me like £2 or something, £2, £3. What's a good price for a sticker? Tell me in the comments what you think a good price for a sticker is. Not like what you want to pay, but what you would expect to pay for a sticker. Is it £2, £3? I don't know. Is £3? thinking like £3. £2.50. £2.50? Is that all right? I don't know. £3 including postage. I don't know. Tell me. So yeah, maybe I should get some stickers made up. I don't know. What's this? No, I've got two. What have you got? You got two Audis or something? Is that what we're talking about? What's up with it? Oh, I've got two. Okay, right. The EK9s are going for over 20k now. Jesus. Yeah, they're nice. They're really nice. I've got an Audi unsubscribed. I'm sorry. I'm allowed to have my preferences. Sorry. I can't help you there. Never mind. I just don't get on with them. Same with BMWs. I find BMWs to be far too pretentious and nonsense. My dad had a BMW 645 Ci, and it was a powerhouse. It was incredible, and it was temperamental, and it cost a fortune to fix. Just not interested. A friend of mine's got a 640D, much newer thing. The four door coupe thing. Beautiful car, wonderful car to drive. I've driven it. It's fabulous. Again, it would probably cost a fortune if anything goes wrong. It's all computerized. Everything is technical. It's weird. Let's see, that's where I spotted it on Paul's latest vid. Okay, what were we talking about? What did you spot? Oh, the sticker, right, okay, yes. Okay, you spotted it there. Alright, yeah, if I want to get some stickers made up, let me know. In the States and Canada, they call the stickers as decals. We call them stickers here too. See, I don't... What's the difference between a sticker and a decal? I think a decal is more like a sort of long-term thing. But then I would call car graphics decals, maybe. But I would, if you want to put a little thing with your own channel logo or your Instagram name or something on it, that would be a sticker. Does it make much of a difference? If I said sticker, would you understand what I was talking about? I'd say, yeah, probably. See, can't believe you don't like Audi. I love my A5. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, they look nice, and some of the that I see, the power, like an RS6 and stuff, phenomenally powerful and fantastic. Yes, but it was Top Gear that used to say it all the time. You drive an Audi, you're a cock. It's just the way it is. Audi drivers are worse than BMW drivers in my opinion, but that's only based on what I experience all the time. I find that people who drive Audis often drive like they own the road. It's just what I experience. Maybe it's just in Aberdeen, I don't know. Free? No chance. No way. What about specky lanyards? What about specky lanyards? Again, what would you guys be interested in? I'd be interested to know. I'd be interested to know what kind of merch you would want. I can get it done cheaper. My friend Vicky makes merch. I could ask her. I could pay her to buy up a bunch of lanyards with my name and logo down the side of it. She could probably do that. And then I'll sell them on to you guys if you want. I don't know, but how much is it? I don't know. I just don't know. Let's see. I will drop you a small after a DM. Okay, I'll drop you there. I've just put your buddy down in the borders. Okay, buddy down in the borders. He does vehicle livery. We'll see what he can do. If you ever see a Bidvest 3663 lorry, he's the one that wraps him. No, I don't know that one. I'm sorry, I don't know that one. Tony's removed whatever he was saying. Audi wanker. Oh, hey, I meant to say, who drinks? Who drinks here? I don't normally drink, right? But I've got this. I want to try it. All right. I was sent a little not keen on BMWs either. Resubscribed. Okay, we found a common ground. Then. I like that. Dear me. Right. Yeah. I was sent this little bottle of Jack Daniels. This was given to me by Steve and Shivy at Absolute Wax and Absolute Valeting. If you don't already follow them on Instagram, you should, because Steve is a magician with a machine polisher. They knock out some incredible looking cars. and they make their own products. They make the Absolute Wax range. And I won a product from them years ago. It was one of their ceramic waxes called Stay Glassy, and it's a lovely, lovely wax. They brought out a new one, and I had messaged them and said, hey, that looks fantastic. We'd been talking about other things. I talk to them every now and then on Instagram. And after going on a live chat, I got a message the next day from Shivy, and she said, hey, meant to say the other night, do you want us to send you down one of the new wax that we've got out? And I was like, wow, I haven't heard from these guys in a while, and that's amazing, but yes, please, I'd love it. So they sent me down. I thought it was just going to be one of the small ones, like a 50ml pot. It was a 200ml pot, massive thing, and it's a blend of carnauba, ceramic, graphene, and titanium. Insane. And it's called Très Glacy. And in there, they also included a bottle of their shampoo and this mini bottle of Jack Daniels. I have never tried Jack Daniels, but everyone talks about drinking Jack Daniels and Coke. So I thought I would give it a try while we're here. But I don't know what the right measure is. But I've got a little bottle here, and I've got a bottle of Coke. So, you know, I don't know, how much do I put into a glass? We'll figure that out while I'm reading up on these messages. I see, okay, £3 for a decent sized sticker and £4.50 for a lanyard. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know how cheap I could get the lanyards made up for. £4.50 for a lanyard. I don't know. Vicky sells lanyards. I should ask her how much she sells. Actually, what am I even asking? I can go on the internet and I can go to her website. Raise Automotive. Okay, let's have a look. Raise. Oh, there's another Raise Automotive in the US. Oh no, it's Raz. No, there is a Raise. No, that's maybe this one. Okay, Raise Automotive. I can't find her page. Why can I not find her page? I'll tell you why. It's because I'm using DuckDuckGo instead of damn well Google. If I could just use Google, that would probably help me find it. Right, Raise Automotive. There's it. I should have this bookmarked. I'm sorry, Vicky, if you're watching this. All right, let's go to her shop. How much does she sell these for? Okay, she sells the lanyards for £5. So £4.50 might be a bit on the tight side. It might have to be a £5 for the lanyard, but it depends on how much I can get them for. Really, you know. But yeah, she does lanyards for a £5, and she's got those new key tags. I've ordered one of those. I'm waiting for that to come. See, key tags are a cool idea. I don't always like a massive lanyard. Where's my chat gone? Here it is. Oh god, what have you been talking about while I was away? Right, let's see. Everything that sticks to a car or notebooks, etc., that has a logo, we call them stickers, and in the US they call them decals, labels if they're more paper-like. Okay, that makes sense. Flippers here. Good evening, sir. How are we? I'm planning on using Detailed Online Total. Yeah, I've used it on my black car with a DA. Would it be best to use a panel wipe before applying wax? Well, no, not necessarily. Not actually. No, Total is an all-in-one. It's an AIO. It's a 3-in-1 product. So think of Total as Detailed Online's version of Super Resin Polish, Auto Glim Super Resin Polish. So it's got mild abrasive, it's got fillers, and it's got wax in it already. So if you use it, you're going to improve the look of the car. You're going to take off a little bit off the top, and maybe a wee bit of oxidation or light marks on there. You're going to cleanse the panel with the abrasives. You're going to fill in some of the damage, the light scratches and swirl marks on there to hide them, to mask them a bit. And there's going to be a wee bit of wax or sealant or something in there to improve the look again, to add depth of gloss and shine, and also to give you water repellency. If you use a panel wipe, then you will remove the fillers and the wax. So you'll still get the use of the abrasives, but you will kind of undo some of the work that polish has done. So it depends what you want to do. You could try and use it almost as a pre-wax cleanser. So you can add wax on top of it, no problem at all. You can wax, if you're using a carnauba wax, fine. Even a ceramic wax should be no problem at all. They would most likely tell you, go ahead and do that, it's fine. Just because it's the same situation with most of these all-in-ones. They'll tell you the same thing, that you prep it with a polish, and if their polish happens to be an all-in-one, it's fine. It's a pre-wax cleanser. So yeah, absolutely, you could do that if you want to, but you'll be undoing some of that work. So if you're just looking for beautification, you could use that and nothing else. But I would always recommend, if you're using an all-in-one, put a wax or a sealant on top of it to extend the life of the fillers, because the fillers would, if you don't do anything to seal them in, eventually they will be washed out. They will be kind of eroded away by the rain and washing processes and things like that. Whereas if you put a protection product on top of that, a wax or a sealant or something, that will protect those fillers and allow them to sit there for longer, meaning that the car looks nicer for longer. But eventually they're non-permanent, so they will eventually wash out. They will eventually have a half-life, and they will just break down, and they'll eventually just come out anyway of their own accord. So I hope that answers that. Titanium wax, it sounds brilliant. You see, I think there's someone else actually does make a titanium wax, but this one is titanium, graphene, ceramic, and carnauba. It's like everything. So I'm really looking forward to trying that. That's going to be in a video, because all of those products to me say it's all about the resilience. I'm going to be testing it against a bunch of Brazilian waxes. So not Brazilian waxes, resilient wax. There's going to be a Brazilian wax in there though. So there's going to be the new Turtle Wax ceramic and graphene. There's going to be the graphene wax from Infinity Wax, the proper paste wax. There's going to be the Tres Glacé, which is all of those titanium, ceramic, graphene, carnauba. There's going to be a sealant wax. So it's like fully synthetic paste sealant from ODK. There's going to be ceramic wax from Detailed Online. There's going to be the ceramic infused wax from Evonix, which is the Brazilian wax. It's called Blend. So there's all of those in there, and there's also going to be Soft 99 Fuso Coat, which is a fluoropolymer wax. It's actually sealant more than anything else. And also there was one more. Oh, Built Hamber double speed wax, because it won the last test. No, it didn't win the last test. It won it as far as non-ceramic products go. The graphene ceramic wax from Turtle Wax won it, and it was an unbelievably close second. It beat Auto Glim high definition wax, ultra high definition wax, and that's a great wax. Okay. Where are we? Have you done a full car polish? A full car with that polish machine I sent you? It's Leighton. How's it going, Leighton? No, I had an issue with it. Where the backing plate is rubbing on the shroud, and it's slowing down the rotation of the machine. It's not giving me full free rotation. So I'm going to have to either... I did speak to Imran into detailing. He said he was going to send me a spacer. There's meant to be a spacer that goes into the back of them. They didn't have it there. So I don't know if they just didn't include it or what, or if something's changed over time. So I'm either going to put my own spacer in there of some sort, or alternatively I'm going to trim down the shroud a little bit, just a quarter of an inch or something, just so there's a bit of shroud there, and then it will free spin properly. So no, I've tried it a few times. I've used it in a couple of videos, but I had noticed that I'm just not getting the same amount of free spinning that I get on my other machine, and it's because of that shroud doing a bit of rubbing. So hopefully I'll get, because I do want to use that machine more. It's more powerful, it's got a longer throw, so I definitely want to do it. Leighton, he sent me a 900 watt 15mm long throw DA polisher, which is an into detailing machine. So yeah, I want to get that sorted and use it. Mix with Coke and put it in a foam lance. Jack Daniels in a foam lance. No. SGCB, how's it going? Good evening, buddy. Bit more PG this evening without Mr. Dalton. Yes, there's I get to control what's going on here instead of having to face palm with all the stuff that Paul comes out with. It was a really good laugh last night though. It was a fantastic laugh. It was epic fun, but it was also a little bit less PG, that's for sure. So sorry, I'm getting some messages here. Oh, that's not a problem. That's just from some funny stuff I'd sent to my dad, my mate. Right, Flipper, smashing. Thank you. I want to try and avoid putting holograms all over the car. Yeah, well, like I say, very very fine abrasive plus fillers and wax and stuff. That you should be clear of holograms. Again, very very soft pad. Don't go hard pad. Don't go medium pad. Go a soft pad, and just go medium speed. Don't go with too much pressure. It's just a beautifier. The Total is just a beautifier. So fairly soft pad, maybe even a waxing pad would be fine with a wee bit of pressure. You should be okay. Okay, what else we got here? £130 for a wax. Might get some if I get my car resprayed. It is, yes, £130 for the Trey Glassy from Absolute Wax. Yeah, there you go. Yep, the Audi driver. That's right, you've got an Audi. No, I forgot. Oh no, sorry. Right, okay, I'm trying this. I'm trying the like I said, I've never tried Jack Daniels and Coke before. I'm going to try it. How much do I put in a glass? Like, what's a shot size? Is this whole bottle a shot size? What's a shot? Somebody help me. What's a shot? No worries, Flipper. Anytime. What is it? Oh, it doesn't smell too bad. Is half a bottle a shot? Is that a shot? Is that too much? Is that not enough? I don't know. Babe, you're an alcoholic.
Thanks.
So, how much would you put in this glass?
Honestly, I put the whole bottle in.
I told you you're an alcoholic.
It's a tiny bottle. Be a man, grow a pair.
Be a man, grow a pair. I'm not an alcoholic like you, though.
Pour in half the bottle.
You're too late now. I put the whole thing in.
Oh, good, it'll be tasty.
It'll be tasty. Okay, this is what's in a shot? 25 ml?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's 2 shots then.
Good.
I just dumped it in.
Awesome.
All right. Well, awesome. She says. Great. That means I'm gonna have to have double the amount of Coke to balance it out. Otherwise, you know, I've already had I haven't even finished my cider. Have I finished my, see? I'm still drinking my cider. What's going on? Okay. Someone says double. Lee says double. Put ice cubes first. No, I can't be bothered with ice right now. It's already cold. Whole bottle. Everyone's saying whole bottle. All in with a dash of Coke. How much is a dash? Get it all in. 4 cl at least. Well, this is 5 cl in this bottle. Okay, at least. All right. Okay. 35 mils a shot.
Yeah, well, you ain't coping with a dash of Coke.
So this is a shot and a half. What do you mean I'm not coping with a dash of Coke?
You're not coping with a dash.
Why?
Because you're weak.
She says I won't cope with it because I'm a weakling. How much is enough, right? Okay, look, that's a lot. That's a lot. Look at that. In that size of glass, that's a lot of whiskey in there. Do you even call that whiskey? I don't know. They call it Tennessee whiskey. I'm a Scot. That's not real whiskey. Doesn't smell like it would strip the paint off your walls. It's not the real thing. Okay, right. Let's add a dash of Coke. That's not a dash. No, there's got to be more than that. Let's add a dash more. All right, I think that's pretty safe. That kind of makes me think about going when I was clubbing when I was 18. All right, I'm gonna go with that. Let's give it a try. And if it's rubbish, I'll hand it to the alcoholic through there. 1/3 of a can of Coke. Really? 1/3 of a can? Yeah, but remember, this is like a shot and a half. 25 cl Coke with that. Is that okay? No, right. So that's 200. Right. So 250 ml. Well, this is a 1.5 litre bottle. So that's probably not enough. Let's have a taste anyway. We'll taste it, and if it's not right, I can add a bit more Coke. This is turning into Alcoholics Anonymous online. I hope you're all well. Okay, it's got some flavour. It's got some flavour. It's got some warming. It's not bad, but I mean it's not my favourite spirit. I used to be a Morgan's and Coke man. Morgan's spicy rum and Coke. That was my drink. That was my drink whenever I went clubbing in Aberdeen with my friends, I would stick to that. And if I stuck to it all night, throughout the whole night, I was fine by the end of the night. And as soon as I changed it to anything else, I was completely blotto. So, yeah, there you go. Just a bit to change the colour, just drink it straight. No! Wise up. No, God, no. Fill the glass up with Coke. Really? All right, let's fill the glass up. All right, let's go with that. I prefer that idea because I was talking about this on the live chat, the live Instagram with Paul last night, and how I'm not really much of a drinker. But if I'm going to drink something, I want to enjoy it. I want it to taste nice. So that's why I've been drinking this evening this Brothers Toffee Apple Cider, which is just fabulous. Doesn't taste like alcohol at all. I'm drunk already. Doesn't taste like alcohol at all. It's just really enjoyable. It's really pleasant. So I want to drink something and go, delicious, instead of drinking something and then pulling a face after. It's not for me. Here we go. Much more Coke. Yeah, I don't see the appeal. It's no. I'd rather stick to my ciders, to be perfectly honest. I'd rather have something that tastes good. There you go. That's it. There you go. Anyway, what else was I was going to talk about something else tonight. Upcoming videos. I've already spoken about that kind of with the waxes coming up. I've got a bunch of products coming up as well. Like I've been sent a bunch of stuff that I need to get round to filming. I'm afraid I'm really kind of behind at the moment. Let's see. Like my friends who say drink Morgan's rum is for girls, you gotta have Bacardi instead. No, I like a spicy rum. I mean, I don't think I've ever tried Bacardi. Have I? Maybe. See, I'm not really a big drinker, so if it's a spicy rum, I'll probably enjoy it. I like a spiced rum. Just trying to do my stereo setup. I hate tech. You know what? It's once you get it set up, it's fairly straightforward. I know there's a few people that don't like using it or don't like the idea of it because they want your phone number. And this person was saying, "Oh no, people are gonna, they're gonna sell your number. They're gonna give it to other people." And why? Really? I don't know. They're a massive enough platform right now that I think they'd be pretty much careful enough with your information. But then again, there's been a bunch of huge websites that have had huge leaks of information. So yeah, it's possible. It is possible. Also, if you want to verify on there, if you want to be verified, you have to link all of your socials. It means you have to have a Facebook, a Twitter, and an Instagram. You have to have all three of those. And there was something else. What is it? I forget. Let me open the app. The trouble is when you open the app, you immediately start listening to someone, even if you're not interested. So what is it? How do I get verified? So you need to connect your accounts. What does it say? Okay. Oh, right. You've also got to have a podcast as well. So you've got to have your Twitter, your Instagram, and your Facebook linked. I've got all those things. And then you've got to put in your podcast RSS feed, which I don't have yet. So that'll come in the future, and then I'll be verified. And then when you're verified, it means that when you arrange to go on a chat, people they'll like promote it for you, and say this is a chat coming up and stuff. Right. So how long's the stream today? Well, it's not going to be much longer, to be honest. I tried to stick to an hour, unless you guys are really bored and there's nothing on at all on TV and you're bored. We can keep going. I just don't want to make it too long, but I mean, we can go for an hour and a half if you want. So we could be finished at 9 if you want, or we could finish very soon. It's up to you. See how long the stream did that. Try Red Aftershock. What was it after? Was it the Red Aftershock I used to drink? I remember it was apple sours. I'm thinking of the green apple sours. Oh, best drink ever. It was so nice. I have had Red Aftershock. Was it? Yeah, aniseed flavor. Is that right? The Red Aftershock reminds me of I'm thinking aniseed. That stuff. I remember a night out with my mate. Oh my God, we were DJing. Where was that? Was it the night we were DJing, or was it the Hogmanay night? We were absolutely destroyed because we were basically taking the Aftershock and taking plastic cups that are this size and filling them to the brim and quaffing them quite nicely. Jesus, that was bad. That was a bad night. My God, we were like crying, shouting at each other because things and stuff. And my dad sent us home. He basically gave us our coats and he was like, "Go home." Any new cheap AliExpress detailing goodies? No, nothing cheap and silly. I tell you, the latest accessory I bought 2 accessories, which I'm really enjoying, were from SGCB. Their interior detailing brush, which is like a sort of soft, wide, flocked out brush. It's not like a straight brush. It's flocked out. It goes wide. That's really nice. I like that one. In fact, do you know what? I just realized I can show you guys. Does this actually work though? Will my microphone be on? Is my microphone? Oh, it's on. It's on. Okay. Right. So I can show you stuff. Okay. This is a good idea. All right. I can do this, right? I can show you things. I can change screens. Look, I know technology. This is amazing. All right. So let's go SGCB UK. Fire that in there. Right. I'll show you what these brushes are that I got. I got 2 things from there recently. I'm really impressed with them, actually. Let's go accessories, brushes. Okay, so the first one, this is the large super soft detailing brush. Let's do that like that. Okay, right, switch over here. This is it. Oh, look, I'm down there. This is good, isn't it? I like this. This is my Twitch setup. So this is it here. This is what it looks like. It's been cropped off a little bit there, that picture. But yeah, this is it. So, whoa, that's too small. Bring it up. Ah, okay, yeah, I know. So it's this flocked, you can see this flocked edges here and a little hole in the end there to hang it up. It's, get back, there we go. So that's a really nice brush. Really enjoy that one. I like it a lot. There's the design on it there. So I like that one a lot. It's really good, as the picture shows there. It's really good for doing your interiors. It gets into places like, vents and so on. So I enjoy that one a lot. And the other one was the tire brush. This is a wicked piece of kit. Like, I'm so impressed with this one here. So the bristles, if you've used tire brushes before, I often use the the what's it called? Tough Shine. The Tough Shine brush. But the bristles on it are straight and they're very, very stiff. And here, the handle is a tad more ergonomic, and the bristles are pointed out a little bit more to allow you to cover a wider area on the tire. And the bristles have a much better blend of, what am I trying to say? Not blend, but a much better, I can't think of the word. What am I trying to think of? Mix of firm and stiffness, the balance between firmness and stiffness. So they have a really good balance. So it's stiff enough to scrub the brush, but it's soft enough to allow it to them to move around against your tires. They're great brushes. I've been really, really impressed with those. I like them a lot. Let's see, how's the bed coming along? Leighton's asking how the bed's doing. Oh, you're already on it. Should I have headphones in? I was just going to say, Leighton's asking how the bed's doing, but I just realised you're sat on it. Is the other one dismantled? She's looking up in the air like, did you just literally tip it out of the way? Mm-hmm. Did you literally move the bed out of the way and put the new one in?
Decided that it's not going to come apart and it's going to stay together forever. So I undid all the bulky things. I don't know what they're called. I undid all the bulky things and it still won't come apart.
So what you're saying is you need a man's strength.
No, I just need a hammer and I'm going to be rude. I ain't got nothing to do with it, love.
Oh dear. Okay, right. So the bed is in place, but the old one hasn't been dismantled yet because she doesn't know how. So that's fine. I'll get in there and help her out afterwards. We'll get it sorted. Jack Daniels also does a cinnamon one too. I heard they do a vanilla one. I heard they do a vanilla one. I didn't know they do a cinnamon one. I tell you what's nice though, you speaking of cinnamon, Fireball. You ever tried Fireball? Fireball liqueur? It's nice. It's really nice. If it's like with ice cubes in it, it's really, oh, that's lovely. I've never tried mixing it, but it's really nice. Apparently, I sound like a student when I'm drinking it, but I really like it. And also, like I said, yeah, green apple sours. Oh, it's just the best. I love anything that tastes like sour apple. I'll tell you what is a really good mix as well. Apple sours and Red Bull. It makes a sort of kind of pale green concoction, and my late mother, she never liked anything like that, but when I put some Red Bull in it and let her try it, she's like, oh, that's delicious. It is, it's delicious. So if you want to do apple sours as a mixer, mix it with some Red Bull or energy drink of your choice. It's actually really nice. This is all just, we're all just degenerates. We're just getting into drink talk now here, aren't we? Let's see, red was the original and best. Yeah, that's the one I remember for sure. It'll finish when the wife tells him. Black Sambuca. I remember Sambuca. I don't think I've ever tried black, but I remember drinking Sambuca. It was horrid. I didn't like it. Not nice. Line of Duty starts at 9 from Okay, alright, you've got a bit of time then. You've got a bit of time. I love the Vicon brushes. Oh, Vicon brushes are great. I've got the Vicon wheel face brush with a little rubber edge around it and the splayed soft bristles, flock bristles. I've had it for donkey's years and it's still going strong. Honestly, it's almost brand new. Love the Vicons. They're great. I've also got the Vicon interior range, the really narrow, long, flat, angled ones for getting down inside the crevices of your interior. They're brilliant. They really are brilliant. What else is the SGCB UK Lance holder is great. Yeah, Paul got one of those. They look really interesting. It's a good idea. I like it. If you're gonna have it in one place all the time, it's like a holster that you bolt to the wall. It's a really cool idea. I like that a lot. Advice on polishing a Caravan. Get a machine polisher for a start to do the job quicker, because that's a hell of a lot of area that you're going to have to work on. Yikes. A Caravan, you could use an all-in-one. You could use a pure abrasive if you wanted. I'm not a detailer. I'm not really 100%, but at the end of the day, if it's normal paint, then again, Caravans don't really have lacquer on them, do they? Caravans are more like sort of like a single stage. I don't know, Lee. You might know more about this, mate. This might be your forte here. Ask Lee there. See if Lee knows. He's a detailer. My different friends who drink from England, Ireland, Russia, USA say better 4 to 6 ounces of Coke with 2 to 3 ounces of Bacardi, light or dark rum, and garnish with lemon. Okay. I don't know because I don't drink. Okay. See, ounces is weird. We don't measure them in ounces because, imperial instead of, metric and stuff. Or is it metric and imperial? I can't remember which one. Anyway, we don't do it like that. We measure in milliliters. I do believe 1 ounce, 1 fluid ounce is just about 30 milliliters though. So 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, so about 120 mil to a bit more. Okay, that makes sense. Fair enough. Stiffy's cola cubes. Oh, fine. I've never tried that as a drink, but I love cola cubes. What do you think of the Autoglim ceramic spray? Haven't tried it, I'm afraid. I didn't even know it existed until like 2 or 3 weeks ago, to be perfectly honest. I hadn't seen anything about it, and then I saw someone else mention it somewhere, and I was like, what? At the end of the day, it looks like it's just a regular old ceramic spray sealant. I can't see it being super amazing, outstanding. It's going to be user friendly. That's what they're all about. That's Autoglim, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be very straightforward and simple to use. At the end of the day, it's going to be designed to be a topper for their ceramic coating, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure, yeah, you could use it on its own and it'd be fine, but it would also be a good topper for their ceramic coating to refresh it with any kind of ceramic maintenance. Caravan, imagine petrol. Oh, Mr. Grump. Oh, you grumpy old man. What have you got against caravans? My dad's got a caravan. It's brilliant. We borrowed it last year for our wee holiday down to Edinburgh, and it was fantastic. I love it. I'd rather have a caravan than a motorhome, because a motorhome, if you think to yourself, you get to your site and you set everything up and you go, yeah, we're here. What are we going to do? And then you go, wait a minute. We forgot the tea bags. We'll have to go to Tesco. you have to take your whole accommodation with you, which bugs me. It completely bugs me. I hate it. I hate that idea. You know, you got to take your whole house with you. No. Lee says they're a mix of fiberglass and painted aluminium panels with not a lot of paint on, so a light compound only. There you go. So you might get away with an all-in-one because it's very, very light on its abrasives. What machine for polishing for a starter? So I can't tell you any one dedicated machine. As a starter for me, my beginner machine is the one that you get from Argos. Let's go and do this thing again where I can go on here and I'll show you the machine. Okay, because I can show you now I have the technology. Okay, it's the one I have is basically it's this device. It's this machine, but it's under a different name. They just rebranded to a different name for the products. Let's click over to this one. There we go. There it is. So now they're calling it Guild. Before I had it, it was called Challenge Extreme, and now they call it Guild. It's £50. It's a basic DA machine. I believe it's only 600 watts. It has a very short cable. Keep that in mind. It's only got a 2 meter long cable, so you will need a wee extension. I don't know why they only put 2 meter cables on it, so you're going to need an extension. It also comes with this enormous pad, which is like a 7-inch pad or something. It's huge. It's no use, so you're going to want to swap it over for you're going to want to swap the backing plate for something much smaller than that. Although that one doesn't look quite as small as the one I had. The one I had a really big backing plate on it. So realistically, if you're a beginner, you're going to want to go ideally for like a 5-inch backing plate and 5.5-inch pads, realistically. The reason for that is that you want a bit more flexibility, and those giant pads that they come with, when you get to tighter areas, you just can't get the machine in there at all. And also the pad is not a very good one for a beginner. You want to have a range of pads. So £50 machine like that will get you up and running to learn the basics like I did. And then go and spend £15 or so on eBay or Amazon to get yourself a pack of 5 pads and a backing plate, like a 5-inch backing plate. Get compatible pads for that, and if you get a selection pack, you'll have one of everything. So you'll have like really hard cutting, hard to medium cutting, medium to fine, and then a waxing pad or a finishing pad, which is like really super soft. So you have different pads for the different jobs. That's where I would say to start with. You know, that's how I did it, and it worked really well for me. I'm not a professional, but you know, that's from my own experiences and from many others that I've heard from. That's a really good way to get started. Okay, let's see. Oh, go away. I know there's an update. Shut up. Okay, Lewis, thanks, Lee. Upper res, super resin them. Yeah, super resin is the way to go, I think. Can you recommend a good wheel cleaner and tire dressing? Also, have you used the interior cleaner that Dolden reviewed? I don't know which interior cleaner you're speaking about. You have to tell me which one it is you're talking about, because if it's in his latest video, I haven't seen it yet. I told Paul about this. I've had the kids all week because I've been on holiday this week. It's kids' Easter holidays. So I haven't had time to sit and watch the videos that I want to watch. So that's what I'm going to be catching up on. So I haven't seen Paul's latest video or Vicky's latest video. They know I haven't seen them yet. So I've apologized to them. So I will get around to watching them. So if that's the thing that came in the latest video, I haven't seen it yet. A good wheel cleaner and tire dressing. There's loads out there. Honestly, wheel cleaner. God, there's heaps. I tell you, I started out as one of my early ones was Valet Pro Bilberry wheel cleaner, because you can dilute it, so you can mix it up however you like it. You know, you can make it really weak so that it's just a maintenance wheel cleaner, or you could make it really strong, or even use it neat for really baked on kind of heavy grime. It's a really good product. I bought it in a litre bottle, and I've still got some in the garage. You know, it's a very flexible product, so that's a pretty good one, to be perfectly honest. You know, otherwise, if you want something that's got loads and loads of bite then you could go for something like Built Hamber Auto Wheel. It's one that removes iron fallout as well. It stinks, but it's incredibly powerful. When I've got a really tough job, I will often reach for that one because it's a really, really powerful one. If you want something which is really flexible, Garage Therapy's One Wheel Shampoo, brilliant. Like, as a shampoo, you would think it's not going to be as powerful as a wheel cleaner. You'd be surprised. It's a really, really epic product. And as for a dressing, I've used a bunch of dressings. It depends what you want. Do you want shiny, glossy, or do you want matte? If you want a sort of matte dressing, you could go for something like Infinity Wax Plastic and Rubber Wax. That's really nice on tires, and it gives a really neutral finish. It's also very resilient for the colder months, but in the heat, because it's more of a wax, it can come off in the heat. So you might want to switch to something like Meguiar's Endurance Tire Gel or something, but then that's going to be super shiny. That's very, very silicone and very, very shiny. Caravan should be allowed on the road midnight until past 5. Then that's 5 minutes too long. Oh, I don't like a Caravan. Dear me. Have you tried new Geon paste wax? Been trying to buy it or can't find it anywhere. Is that the one that looks like a lipstick? Is that one? I haven't tried it yet. Geon wax, is that one that looks like a lip gloss or something, you know, that kind of thing? Yes, it is the Q2 wax. No, I haven't tried it. I wonder if Gary at Pro D. He's a Geon man. There's also the guys up here locally to me. They're Geon guys as well. I don't know if they use them. They're more like ceramic coatings and stuff. I haven't used it. I wonder how much it goes for. How much does it sell for? Wax pack. Have they got? Well, they say they have Geon products. Do they have the wax? No. Oh, Geon Q2 tire is a good product if you like a dressing as well. I like that one a lot. That's worth a shout for sure. Very easy to go on. It is kind of shiny. No, they don't have it. Okay, who's got it? Who's got Geon wax? New Geon ceramic wax. Is it a ceramic wax? Fluorine based ceramic wax. It just says coming soon. Oh, it is fluorine. Okay, so fluorine based. So that sounds like soft 99 Fuso coat. But it says here 3 months protection treatment. So it's not actually super long lasting. That's from a detailing company. Geon Q2 wax at carsupplieswarehouse.com. Who are you? Oh, of course, you're in America, so no. Why would it show me American person? Waxworks? No, they're just a company. Alright, no, it looks like maybe it's been released, but there's just not much stock kicking around. That's interesting. Okay, Lee says that'll be fine for the machine polisher and stuff. What do you do with all the products you get sent but don't like? Good question. I'll tell you, it's very, very hard to find a product that I don't like. There's some that I just like more than others. It's very rare I find a product and I think to myself, I don't get on well with that, I don't like it. So sometimes I'll bin them if I just don't think they're worth my time or anyone else's time. Sometimes I will keep them and give them to other people that I know, you know, friends, family, anything like that. I'll just say, hey, look, you like looking after your car? Here, try this. If it's one that's good but is not as good as my favorites, if it's not in like my top 5, I'll hand them away. I'll give them to other people. That's generally how it works. If it's, like I say, if it's really rubbish and it's not worth anybody's time, it goes in the bin. It's as simple as that. And I'll say that as well. Okay, new Geon products aren't out until beginning of May, if I remember rightly. Okay, there you go. ODK Dan is here. How's it going, Dan? Thanks very much for sending up the new wax. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. I love the smell of that stuff as well. ODK, oh man, the smell of some of those products. I see Paul used Solo the other day. The really impressive results on that Vauxhall Adam he was doing. Really impressive. Hearing a lot of good things about that. I'm also interested, did you call it Solo because of the product, or did you just call it Solo because of your love of Star Wars? Is it a Han Solo reference? Because like you don't really reference names much of Star Wars in other products and stuff, you know. And is the ODK the thing that you have with your email address? Is that your thing? Did the name come from your email address, or did you match your email address to go with the name? I'm interested. You don't have to say it on here. You can message me after. It's fine. What would you recommend as a best wash mitt? Best. Good question. I really like wash pads. I've gone away from wash mitts, and I like wash pads now because pads tend to hold more water, therefore more shampoo solution and stuff. So I prefer a pad, and I was sent the new one from Detailed Online. They very kindly sent me a few products, and they sent that wash pad. It's a chenille one, the noodles on it, you know, and it's fantastic. I really like that. As far as mitts go, I've got the cheap one from Tesco, £4 Simonize double-sided noodle wash mitt. It's cheap as chips, but it works really well, and that's what I was using up until I got the pad, just because the pad holds more water. So it's personal preference. If you'd rather have a mitt, go and get the one from Simonize. It's actually a really good mitt, and they last a decent amount of time. If you could be fairly rough with them, and you don't need to replace them all that often. I bought two, and the only reason I got rid of one is because I'd left something on it and it stained it, and it started to go weird, and it wouldn't look good on the channel, so I got rid of it. So still had the other one. Wish I stayed closer then. Oh, right, okay, get some freebies. You know, that's the trouble when you're getting products sent to you all the time. I find it so difficult to throw products away. I find it so difficult to give products away because I'm a bit of a hoarder at times, and I look and I think, I could maybe use that again another time, and what about that one? Oh, I could use that again, and oh, I'm sure I could find a use for that, and I don't want to get rid of them. I don't want to get rid of anything, so it's kind of awful. Yeah, it's not as good as Morgan's. It's not bad though. It's not bad. No, it's not bad. Not bad. Makes me hungry though. Love the Dodo Juice one and the Clean Your Ride noodle pad. You see, the Clean Your Ride noodle pad, if I remember right. Gotta look it up now. Clean Your Ride. Is their noodle pad the same idea as the? Yeah, because they call it Chenille Armstrong, don't they? Is that's what it's called? Chenille Armstrong. I'm sure of it. God, trying to find it on the Clean Your Ride website though. Clean Your Ride website is not incredibly user friendly. It's hard to find a bunch of things at times. Oh, it's not even on here. Why is it not on there? Right, let's go collections. See, can't find it. Accessories. Would it be under accessories? Applicators? Mitts? No, let's go. Accessories? Oh, I don't even know. Oh, see, I've given up finding it already. Clean Your Ride microfibers, chenille wash mitt. Yes, that's it there. Okay, they don't call it the Chenille Armstrong on here, but that's a yeah. Okay, so that's the mitt, which is kind of similar to the pad. Do they have the pad? I don't know. Anyway, I can't find it on there. I don't know what the Dodo Juice ones looks like. I don't have that. I've got sent a bunch of stuff from Dodo Juice recently, but I haven't got a mitt. Thanks for your advice, top man. No worries. About to fully decon the motors. Anyone got suggestions for some glossy summer protection? Glossy? If you want glossy, you want to go kind of waxy, because sealants are less glossy and just kind of shiny without being glossy. So there's a bunch of good products for gloss though. Like, off the top of my head, Garage Therapy 2 Sigma. Brilliant product. Really enhances gloss and shine. God, I'm struggling to remember names. Bouncers Wax Done and Dusted SI edition. Really, really good product. They make lots of. They're very, very glossy products. Really glossy. Otherwise, nice waxes, good waxes like oily waxes. The Meguiar's Gold Class is a really good one for gloss and shine. So is the G3 Pro Super Gloss Paste Wax. Very, very rich, oily wax. Lots of gloss and depth there coming. And of course, ODK will have a bunch of different waxes for all your different kinds of enhancements that you want, whether you want protection or you want gloss and shine. Dan will sort you out with the right one. Shiny wax. Tack. I do have Tack Systems Shiny Wax. I have not given it a proper try yet, annoyingly. I haven't had a chance to get around to doing it. It's sitting in my garage. I bought it from Into Detailing and then never got around to trying it, but I've heard that it's great for shine and gloss. Wax Planet Vanity Show Wax. There you go. Dodo Juice Black Widow on black cars is amazing stuff. You see, that's the thing. Waxes are really good for bringing out gloss and depth because they're thicker products than like a spray sealant or something. They just tend to go on a bit thicker, and they tend to do a bit of filling into some of your light scratches and swirls to improve the look, and they just add more depth. So waxes are great, especially if you have any kind of warm color. It's hard to get gloss out of white and silver, but if you've got black, blue, red, green, even yellow, orange, things like that, purple, a wax will just make it go, oh, it'll just deepen that color and really add something really, really, really good. Bouncers Check the Fleck. I don't know. Why do I not know that product? Really? Why do I not know this? Is it really Bouncers? Bouncers Wax. I don't know. Check the Fleck. Have I missed it? Oh, it's maybe it's one of their waxes. See, I don't really know much of Bouncers waxes. I'm sorry, Jay, if you're watching, but I've got some of their products, just not their waxes. Check the Fleck. Yeah. Oh, it's out of stock. Check the Fleck for metallic, polychromatic, or candy flip paintwork. Yeah, of course, because it's Fleck. They want to take out the metal fleck. They want to enhance that. There you go. 27 quid. That's not bad. What size is that wax? How big is it? Oh, you can't even see. They don't tell you because it's not in stock. That's a shame. Okay, see, I just don't know Bouncers waxes themselves. I know all their other products practically. Soft 99's luxury gloss spray wax is pretty decent. There you go. See, Soft 99, some of their stuff is actually pretty cheap. Like some of their waxes, especially if you go on eBay, some of them are really good. You know, like the Kiwami and things like that. One bright red car and one metallic light blue. Light blue, nah, not too bad. Not too bad. Bright red will come out. Bright red. Bright red will come out brilliant with a wax. You get a good glossy, good carnauba oily wax. It will really add the depth right there. Good evening, Victor at Road to Detailing. How are you, sir? Might hit up a wax. Normally use Fuso topped with turtle wax ceramic hybrid spray over winter. Interesting combination there. Fuso, you would think Fuso could manage on its own, but ceramic on top of Fuso. I've never tried it, but if it works, if it sticks, why not? ODK Dan says it was a nod to our history. So the name came from Dom and PJ from Dodo Juice. They nicked me Obi Dan Carnubi when we created Chalkwork Orange, which was sold on Dodo's IWL Black. Okay, interesting. Okay, so all right. So you got the name from them, because I thought, yeah, maybe you were such a Star Wars fan that you just named yourself Obi Dan Carnubi, and then you thought ODK waxes will go with that. Interesting. That's good to know. I see a little bit of history of the brand there. Soft 99 mirror shine for light or dark cars. I don't get the whole idea of light waxes and dark waxes, because realistically, are you going to see that much of a change between a light and a dark wax? I've used dark waxes on light cars. I've used light waxes on dark cars, and vice versa. And it's all fine. It's all the same, really, at the end of the day, unless you want to like get a special color spectrometer or something and see the difference. When I created my own range, I wanted a brand name that people could instantly recognize and could build something on. It was a foundation, so we abbreviated it to ODK. After 8.5 years After formulating sealant, we thought it would be cool to give a nod to our history. Now you keep saying we and our. Is it? Who else is it? How many people do you have? Is it? I thought it was just you. I thought it was like a one-man band situation. I don't know enough about ODK. I apologize. My old red Fiesta came out amazing with good Carnauba. Yeah, red and Carnauba. Great. There's a bunch of show waxes. I'll tell you who makes a nice show wax. Detailed Online have their Montan show wax called Surreal? Or is it Sublime? One of them is... No, is it Sublime? Sublime is a show wax and Surreal is a ceramic, I think. I can't remember. Back to front. I tried them both on a video before. They're both really good. Yum Cars wax is great. Just last 4 weeks max. 4 weeks for wax? Really? I'd expect like at least a month and a half, 2 months, even for like a show wax. Maybe not fully show wax, but a generic wax should last a bit longer than that. But 4 weeks, it's pretty rough. How's it going, Chaz? Cheers for suggestions. All not bothered about durability over summer. Alright, fair enough. Well then, if you want to get the most out of it, get a show wax. They won't last long, but they'll look really good. But natural waxes, Carnauba, Montan, things like that will really bring out the depth and the gloss there. Oily waxes will be more glossy, so just keep that in mind. I'm so excited to try the new Geon wax. Someone else mentioned it up earlier. Nobody can get a hold of them yet, so it might be something that I'll get later on in the year and make it, the weird lipstick wax. I've got a red Audi. No one likes you. The Force is in us all. You're absolutely right. Dan knows I'm a massive Star Wars fan. Like, huge. Enormous. So, yeah. Last time I was emailing him, I was Darth Specky and stuff. I keep calling him a Jedi and everything. He's a good lad. Yes, it's a liquid. Oh, it's a liquid wax. I know liquid waxes don't last quite as long. Sublime is the Montan. Okay, so I couldn't remember which way around it was. So it's, yeah, Sublime. Okay, and Surreal is the ceramic. Okay, I've got them both. They're really good. Natalie prefers the show wax, the Montan wax, to the ceramic wax. I prefer the ceramic wax. I dare say, if I was blindfolded and given the other one, I'd probably like it too. Wax Planet White Noise would be good as a summer wax. There you go. I've never tried a Wax Planet wax. Off to watch Line of Duty. Oh yeah, off you go. Keep up the good work. Specky, see you next video. Thanks very much, Tony. I appreciate your time. Take care, mate. Thanks for dropping in. IO Detail told me all the new Geon stuff is dropping in the UK mid-April. Someone else said it was going to be May. Lee said it was going to be May. So there you go. Keep an eye out for that then. Meg's polishing wax is good on a white car. Yeah, see, that's a cleanser as well. Polishing wax is like a slightly abrasive wax. So it's the same as their cleaner wax, isn't it? It's basically the same thing. Their cleaner wax is slightly abrasive paste wax. I don't like the idea of a cleaner paste wax. I'd rather have a cleaner liquid wax. And it mainly comes down to the idea that if you're taking stuff off the paint using your abrasive wax, you're going to go back to the pot for more, which means you could put some of those contaminants or stuff from your paint back into the pot of wax to reload it, and that's not good. I would rather have a liquid product where I'm always adding product to my wax applicator and not returning anything to the bottle or to the pot. That's my personal preference. I read that somewhere, and I thought to myself, that makes sense to me. Yes, I am Darth Specky. Oh, I don't know. Am I on the light side or the dark side? That's a problem. There's a balance to the Force, and the prophecy tells of my arrival. Anyway, yeah, it's still not great. I'm not keen on that Jack Daniels. I'll give the rest to Natalie. Yeah, I think we're going to call it a day there. Thanks to everyone for coming along. Before you leave here, give me a wee like on your way out. Just click like. It helps the algorithm, because YouTube likes to not tell people about our videos. I appreciate that. Naviwax pre-wax recommendation. Any all-in-one polish is a pre-wax cleanser, essentially. It's whether or not you want anything to be on the panel. So go and use what do you call it? Super resin polish before a wax will do a good job as being a pre-wax cleanser if you want to leave stuff in it. If you don't, get Angel Wax Perfect Polish. It doesn't leave anything behind. It's just an abrasive. Depends what you want. So yes, do me a favor, leave me a like before you leave. I would really appreciate that. Thanks very much for coming along. We'll chat again around about this time next month. Keep your eyes peeled on the next video, which will be in a fortnight's time, which will hopefully be... Actually, I might put in a couple of bonus videos to try and get caught up. We'll see how it goes. But I've got a bunch of stuff waiting to come. Just to give you a kind of warning for some of the videos that are due to be filmed, I have a list. I've got stuff from Bear Car Care, Detail Kitchen, iDetail Pro, Mirror Image Car Care, Dodo Juice, ODK, and SGCB. So there's a lot to come, and I apologize to any of those that have been waiting for videos. I will get around to them eventually. So thanks all for popping along. Yeah, and... Oh, Rab wants to get in touch with Dan at ODK. All right, thanks all. Enjoy your Sunday night. I'll be back to work Monday, so might get back to some sort of normality. Anyways, yeah, that's all for now. I'll see you all soon.